The Resilient Thinker, How to Bounce Back from Setbacks Stronger. Introduction. There are moments in life that shake us to the core, challenging everything we believe about ourselves and the world around us. It's in these moments, when failure, loss, or disappointment stares us in the face, that our true strength is tested. Yet, amid the uncertainty and fear, lies the untapped potential to transform those very challenges into powerful catalysts for growth. What if you could turn every setback into a stepping stone, each failure a lesson that brings you closer to who you are meant to become? What if the difficulties you face today are the building blocks of a more resilient and confident version of yourself tomorrow? Resilience isn't something we're born with. It's something we build, nurture, and strengthen as we face life's inevitable storms. It's the ability to stand tall after being knocked down, to rebuild after every collapse, and to emerge more capable, more determined, and more driven than before. This journey is not about denying the pain or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about facing them head on, with the mindset that they don't define you, they refine you. The road to resilience is often paved with moments of doubt, but it's in those moments that the seeds of growth are planted. The power to bounce back, to rise stronger, lies within your grasp. It's about understanding the science of resilience and weaving it into the fabric of your daily life. There's a transformative power in the way we respond to adversity. The decision to rise again and again transforms not just our outcomes, but our character. This is not about passive endurance. It's about actively engaging with our setbacks, using them to fuel us forward. Through a series of deliberate actions, mindset shifts, and practices, resilience becomes a muscle, one that, once developed, can withstand any storm. Your journey towards becoming a resilient thinker doesn't start with a grand gesture or a sudden breakthrough. It begins with the decision to choose strength in the face of adversity. The world may knock you down, but it is your response, your ability to get back up, that defines your path. Now, it's time to take that first step towards reclaiming your power and unlocking a future where resilience is the key to everything you desire. Chapter 1. Embracing the Power of Resilience. Resilience is more than just an ability to bounce back after hardship. It's the quiet strength that enables you to face adversity with courage and persistence, to keep moving forward when everything around you seems to be crumbling. Life will always present obstacles, but resilience is the foundation that allows us to transform those obstacles into opportunities for growth. It's not about avoiding struggle or pretending that pain doesn't exist, but rather about developing the mental and emotional fortitude to endure, adapt, and thrive, no matter what challenges we encounter. At the heart of resilience lies the understanding that setbacks are not permanent. Every obstacle is temporary, but your response to it can leave a lasting impact on who you become. It is in the midst of hardship that we learn the most about our true selves, our capacities, and our potential. The process of enduring difficulty can refine our character, sharpen our focus, and push us beyond the limits we once thought were impossible. The power of resilience is rooted in the way we perceive and react to difficulties. Resilient individuals don't see failure as something that defines them, but as something that propels them forward. They understand that setbacks are not signs of defeat, but moments for learning and recalibration. Each time they fall, they rise, and each time they rise, they do so with more wisdom and strength. Resilience is a mindset. It's about shifting your perspective so that, instead of seeing life's challenges as barriers, you see them as opportunities to build inner strength. The mind is a powerful tool, and by training it to think with resilience, you create a mental environment where failure becomes just another step toward eventual success. With this mindset, obstacles become less intimidating because you've already accepted that challenges are an inevitable part of the journey. This shift in thinking requires a deep inner commitment to the idea that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. It's about developing a sense of purpose and determination that acts as your compass, guiding you through even the darkest times. Resilience gives you the capacity to look at failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as an opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more focused on your true goals. In the midst of hardship, there is often a moment of choice to surrender to circumstances or to keep pushing forward with grit and determination. Those who embrace resilience choose to rise, even when the path ahead is unclear. They understand that it's the trials they face that reveal their true strength, and that every challenge conquered makes them more capable of handling the next. The ability to persevere in the face of difficulty is not just about toughness. It's about the quiet certainty that, no matter the struggle, you will find a way to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Chapter 2. Reframing Adversity. Adversity is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it determines the course of our journey. The ability to transform setbacks into stepping stones is the hallmark of resilience. Every obstacle, no matter how difficult, carries with it the seeds of growth. Reframing adversity is about shifting your mindset from seeing challenges as something that holds you back to seeing them as opportunities that propel you forward. The first step in reframing adversity is to embrace the idea that failure is not an end, but a beginning. Failure teaches us lessons that success cannot. When we stumble, we are given the chance to learn, adapt, and become more refined versions of ourselves. Every challenge offers a lesson, sometimes subtle, sometimes glaring, and it is in these moments that we are most vulnerable to change. The real test is whether we choose to see setbacks as a signal to stop or as an invitation to evolve. Reframing adversity requires you to question the stories you tell yourself in moments of difficulty. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that challenges define our worth or that struggles indicate weakness. But the truth is, adversity often uncovers strength that we didn't know we had. The pain, the frustration, and the disappointment we feel in difficult times are signals, not of our limitations, but of our potential. When we learn to view these moments through a lens of curiosity and openness, they cease to be roadblocks and become catalysts for personal transformation. Our perspective determines the power we give to adversity. When faced with a setback, it's common to ask, "Why me?" But a more empowering question is, "What can I learn from this?" This subtle shift in approach opens up new pathways for understanding and growth. Every obstacle holds the potential to reveal something valuable about ourselves, whether it's our hidden strengths, our deep passions, or our untapped potential. By reframing adversity, we shift from a mindset of defeat to one of opportunity. Adversity also has the power to foster a deeper sense of purpose. When life challenges us, it often forces us to reconsider our goals, our values, and our motivations. It's easy to coast through life when everything is smooth, but it is in the most difficult moments that we gain clarity about what truly matters to us. Setbacks strip away the distractions and allow us to focus on what's essential. In this way, adversity sharpens our vision and aligns us more closely with our true path. In the midst of difficulty, resilience emerges when we learn to detach from the emotional weight of the challenge and focus on the lessons it offers. Reframing adversity means recognizing that we are not passive recipients of life's hardships. Instead, we are active participants in the shaping of our future. Each setback, when viewed with an open mind, becomes an opportunity to strengthen our resolve, refine our skills, and realign ourselves with our deeper purpose. Life doesn't always unfold according to our plans, but in each detour lies the potential for a richer, more meaningful journey. Chapter 3. Strengthening your mental foundation. The foundation of resilience lies not in the ability to avoid challenges, but in the strength of the mind to weather them. A solid mental foundation doesn't simply appear. It is built over time, layer by layer, through deliberate practice, awareness, and commitment. In the face of adversity, your mindset is your first line of defense. It shapes how you approach difficulties, respond to stress, and bounce back from setbacks. To strengthen this foundation, it's essential to focus on nurturing the core elements that define a resilient mind. One of the key pillars of a strong mental foundation is the ability to cultivate inner peace, even amidst chaos. Life's pressures often trigger reactions based on fear, anxiety, or frustration. The more we let these emotions control us, the more we lose our ability to act with clarity. Learning to stay composed under pressure is a skill that comes with practice. By observing your thoughts and emotions in moments of stress, you begin to create a space between the trigger and your response. This space is where resilience is born. The more you cultivate this mental space, the more equipped you become to deal with life's storms. A resilient mindset also requires a commitment to self-awareness. The strength to handle pressure comes not from pretending that challenges don't exist, but from acknowledging them fully without letting them define you. When you understand your own patterns, what stresses you, what limits your energy, what triggers your insecurities, you can begin to adjust your approach to adversity. Self-awareness brings clarity, allowing you to act with intention rather than being swept away by emotions or circumstances. Part of building mental resilience is developing the capacity to focus on what you can control and release what you cannot. In moments of difficulty, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the weight of everything happening around you. The mind races and the pressure mounts. But true strength lies in the ability to bring attention to the present moment and focus on immediate actions. Rather than fixating on past mistakes or future uncertainties, the resilient mind learns to stay anchored in the now, addressing what's in front of you with purpose and calm. Resilience is also built on the foundation of positive self-talk and the belief that you can endure. In the face of setbacks, negative thoughts may arise, undermining your confidence and pushing you toward self-doubt. However, the resilient mind doesn't shy away from these thoughts. It acknowledges them, but chooses not to let them dictate the course of action. Reframing negative thoughts into empowering ones, such as reminding yourself of past successes, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, or affirming your ability to overcome, strengthens the mental foundation needed to navigate difficulties with poise. Physical health is intricately connected to mental strength. A body that is fatigued or unhealthy drains the mind's ability to stay sharp and focused under pressure. Just as you strengthen muscles to improve physical performance, you must also invest in the physical aspects that support mental clarity. This might mean regular exercise to improve energy, quality sleep for recovery, or nutrition that fuels cognitive function. By maintaining a balanced lifestyle, you create the conditions necessary for your mind to perform at its best during times of challenge. The process of strengthening your mental foundation is ongoing. There is no moment of arrival, but rather a continual commitment to growth. The resilient mind is one that stays flexible, always learning, adapting, and evolving. It is not about being invulnerable, but rather about developing the tools to rise each time you fall. By fostering a mindset grounded in awareness, control, positive thinking, and physical well-being, you lay the groundwork for the kind of resilience that can handle any difficulty with grace and strength. Chapter 4. The Art of Recovery. In moments of adversity, it's not the setback itself that defines us, but how we choose to recover. The art of recovery isn't just about regaining what was lost, it's about growing stronger, more resilient, and wiser than before. Recovery is a process, one that requires intention, patience, and the willingness to embrace the journey back to equilibrium. It's an intricate dance between moving forward and acknowledging the setbacks, between action and rest, between accepting where you are and trusting where you're headed. Patience is at the heart of effective recovery. When things go wrong, the instinct is often to rush back to normal as quickly as possible, to fix the situation and move on. However, true recovery begins with the acceptance that healing, both emotional and physical, takes time. In a world that values speed and results, we tend to overlook the power of slowing down. Yet it is through patience that you give yourself the space to process, understand, and ultimately transform the experience. Patience allows for the natural rhythm of recovery, where each step forward may seem small, but cumulatively propels you toward your goal. Self-compassion plays a pivotal role in the recovery process. When setbacks occur, it's easy to turn on yourself with harsh self-criticism. Thoughts of failure, shame, and doubt can cloud your ability to move forward. However, self-compassion allows you to soften these thoughts, offering kindness instead of judgment. The essence of self-compassion is not to deny mistakes or pretend that everything is fine, but to treat yourself with the same care and understanding you would extend to a loved one. It involves recognizing that setbacks are part of the human experience and that you, like anyone else, deserve to recover at your own pace without the added burden of self-reproach. One of the most powerful tools in recovery is reframing. Often, setbacks are seen as obstacles, but they can also be viewed as invitations for growth. The process of reframing allows you to shift your perspective, seeing challenges as opportunities to learn something new about yourself or the world around you. When a failure occurs, instead of focusing solely on what went wrong, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. What lessons can you take with you? This mental shift can transform a painful moment into a stepping stone toward future success. Practical recovery also involves creating an environment that supports healing. The people you surround yourself with, the activities you engage in, and the spaces you inhabit all play a role in how quickly and effectively you recover. The people around you can either uplift you or reinforce negative thought patterns. Seek out those who inspire, encourage, and offer perspective. Create time and space for reflection, for rest, and for activities that recharge your energy. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, journaling, meditating, or engaging in a creative pursuit, these moments of renewal help restore balance and perspective. Physical recovery is just as important as emotional recovery. A setback can leave you drained, exhausted, or disconnected from your body. Taking care of your physical health is a powerful tool in regaining your strength. Exercise, nutrition, and adequate rest are essential components of the recovery process. When your body feels stronger, your mind follows suit. Engaging in physical activities, whether through yoga, running, or simply taking a brisk walk, helps release stress, increase energy levels, and foster a sense of accomplishment, even in the face of hardship. Another key aspect of recovery is developing resilience rituals, practices that fortify your ability to bounce back when life knocks you down. These rituals may vary from person to person, but they share a common goal: to nurture your inner strength and equip you with tools to cope with future challenges. For some, this may involve daily affirmations, a gratitude practice, or setting small, achievable goals that build momentum. For others, it may be turning to a passion or hobby that provides solace and joy. The power of resilience rituals lies in their consistency. Over time, they become an anchor, reminding you that no matter what happens, you have the tools to recover and rise again. Finally, the journey of recovery is not linear. There will be moments when progress feels slow and setbacks may occur. There will be days when patience is tested and self-compassion feels elusive. This is the nature of the process. Recovery isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about understanding that healing takes time and that setbacks are not permanent roadblocks, but rather temporary pauses in a larger, ongoing journey. Trust in the process, honor the time it takes, and remember that each step forward, no matter how small, is part of the art of recovery. Chapter 5. Moving past fear and uncertainty. Fear is a powerful force. It lurks in the corners of our minds, sometimes barely perceptible, other times a thunderous presence. It has a way of making even the most promising opportunities seem daunting and unachievable. Uncertainty, the twin companion of fear, adds another layer of discomfort. It whispers that the future is unpredictable, that every decision is fraught with potential failure. But in the face of these emotions, the ability to act, to move forward despite them, becomes the defining characteristic of growth. Fear, in its essence, is often born from the unknown. It thrives in the spaces where clarity is absent. When faced with a challenge or an unfamiliar path, it is easy to become paralyzed by what we don't know or what might go wrong. But by learning to sit with that discomfort, to recognize that uncertainty is an inherent part of life, we can free ourselves from the grip of fear. When you begin to embrace the unknown, rather than shy away from it, fear loses much of its power over you. Taking action in the face of fear is not about eliminating the fear. It is about moving forward despite it. Fear can never truly be banished. It will always be there, just as uncertainty will always hover on the horizon. The key is in learning to acknowledge them without letting them dictate your decisions. Every step taken forward, no matter how small, chips away at the hold fear has over you. This isn't about a grand leap into the unknown. It's about taking the first step, then the next, and then continuing even when the road ahead is unclear. One of the most profound ways to move past fear is to reframe the narrative we tell ourselves about it. Rather than seeing fear as an enemy to be defeated, see it as a messenger, guiding you toward the places where you need to grow. Fear often points to the things we care about most, the goals that truly matter, and the dreams that are closest to our hearts. It's in those moments, when fear rises up, that we know we are on the right path. In the face of uncertainty, it's important to accept that no amount of planning or preparation can ever guarantee a smooth ride. Life is inherently uncertain, and trying to control every outcome only breeds more anxiety. Instead, focus on building resilience, the ability to adapt to whatever comes. Resilience isn't about expecting to never face setbacks. It's about knowing that, whatever happens, you have the strength to handle it. A significant aspect of moving past fear and uncertainty is letting go of perfectionism. So often, fear holds us back because we fear making mistakes or failing. But failure is not a roadblock. It's an essential part of the journey. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn, to course correct, and to grow stronger. The most successful individuals are often those who have failed the most, not because they are immune to failure, but because they've learned how to move forward despite it. The key lies in the willingness to try, to take action even when the outcome is uncertain, and to learn from whatever results. Taking small, intentional actions in the face of fear builds courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act in its presence. Every time you make a decision and follow through with it, no matter how terrifying it may seem, you prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming fear. You begin to reshape your relationship with fear, recognizing it not as a sign to stop, but as a signal to proceed with intention and awareness. It's also vital to practice self-compassion during times of fear and uncertainty. It's easy to be harsh on yourself when you feel afraid or when things don't go according to plan. But treating yourself with kindness, even in the face of mistakes or setbacks, helps you to stay grounded. Self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your emotions without judgment, to feel fear without letting it take control of your actions. By offering yourself the same understanding and support you would offer a friend in a similar situation, you open the door to deeper self-trust and greater courage. Another aspect of moving past fear is the power of perspective. Sometimes, fear can be alleviated simply by changing the way we view the situation. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Often we fear the worst-case scenario without considering the many possible outcomes. By breaking down the situation and evaluating the likelihood of different scenarios, you can begin to see that the thing you fear may not be as catastrophic as it seems. In doing so, fear loses some of its grip, and uncertainty begins to feel more like a challenge to embrace than a force to avoid. Moving past fear and uncertainty requires that we stop waiting for the perfect moment to act. Perfection doesn't exist, and the longer we wait for it, the longer we remain stuck in place. It's easy to become trapped in analysis paralysis, constantly planning and preparing for every possible scenario. But true growth happens when we take imperfect action, when we allow ourselves to step into the unknown with courage, knowing that the process of moving forward is often more valuable than any specific destination. When you are able to act in the face of fear and uncertainty, you build a new foundation of self-confidence. Each action you take, despite the fear, reinforces your belief in your own strength and ability. Over time, the things that once seemed insurmountable become more manageable. The fear doesn't vanish, but it becomes something you can navigate rather than something that controls you. Fear is not an obstacle to success. It's a natural part of the process. To move beyond it, you must learn to embrace it, to step forward even when the path is unclear, and to trust that every step, no matter how uncertain, is leading you closer to who you are meant to become. Chapter 6. Gaining Insight from Failure. Failure is often seen as a destination, a point at which we lose, fall short, or meet defeat. But in reality, it is merely a moment on a much longer journey. When approached with the right mindset, failure becomes not a dead end, but a powerful tool for transformation. It is through our failures that we often learn the most about ourselves, our values, and our capacity for resilience. There's an interesting paradox at play when we confront failure. While it may feel like an overwhelming setback, it has the potential to offer more insight into our true capabilities than success ever could. Success can sometimes be a fleeting illusion of mastery, but failure, especially repeated failure, forces us to confront our limitations, our blind spots, and the areas in which we need to grow. Far from being a sign of weakness, these moments of falling short illuminate the path toward improvement. The first insight that failure provides is clarity. It shows us, often with sharp contrast, what does not work. In our attempts to avoid failure, we tend to hold on to methods, strategies, or beliefs that are comfortable but ultimately ineffective. Failure challenges those comforts, making us reassess everything from our approach to our mindset. It pushes us to break free from habitual patterns and forces us to think critically. Each failure invites us to evaluate our methods, our motivations, and our goals, ensuring that we evolve and move forward with greater wisdom. Another critical lesson failure teaches us is perseverance. It's easy to succeed when the road is smooth and predictable, but it's when the road gets rocky, when things don't go according to plan, that our true strength is tested. Failure teaches us the importance of tenacity, of continuing to move forward when the world seems against us. It's not the absence of failure that defines success, but the willingness to continue despite it. Every time we rise after a fall, we build the muscle of resilience, the very force that drives us toward our goals, even when they seem distant or impossible. Moreover, failure helps us shed illusions of control. We often believe we can control every outcome, every variable, but life, in its unpredictable nature, has a way of reminding us that not everything is in our hands. Failure, then, is a lesson in surrender. It teaches us to accept that there are elements beyond our control, and that is not only okay, but necessary for growth. In surrendering to the process, we come to appreciate the flow of life, understanding that we can steer the ship, but we can't always control the wind. In addition to these lessons, failure cultivates humility. It strips away arrogance and forces us to be honest about our capabilities. Success can often inflate our egos, leading us to believe that we have mastered something. Failure, however, calls us to return to the drawing board and approach things with fresh eyes, a humble heart, and an open mind. It asks us to abandon any illusions of perfection and reminds us that growth is a continuous process, one that requires flexibility, adaptability, and a willingness to learn. Failure also reveals our deeper values. When we fail at something that matters to us deeply, we experience a sense of loss and disappointment. But if we look closely at these moments, we can see that they bring us closer to what we truly care about. Failure can reveal what we are willing to fight for, what we are passionate about, and what truly motivates us. It's in these painful moments that we reconnect with our purpose, gaining a deeper understanding of what we want to achieve and why it matters. Equally important is the role that failure plays in fostering creativity. When faced with a failed attempt, our brains are forced to think outside the box. Traditional approaches may not work, and that limitation pushes us to explore unconventional solutions. Creativity thrives in the wake of failure because we are no longer bound by familiar frameworks. We experiment, we try new things, and we innovate in ways that we might not have if success had come easily. The setbacks force us to adapt, and in adapting we discover new paths forward. Through failure, we are also reminded of the impermanence of outcomes. We may face setbacks, but we are not defined by them. What defines us is not the failure itself, but how we choose to respond to it. The ability to bounce back, to get up and continue moving forward, is what truly shapes our character. Failure reveals how we deal with adversity, and in doing so, it provides us with an opportunity to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. We gain insight into our emotional responses, our capacity for resilience, and our ability to persevere. Lastly, failure highlights the importance of risk. Without risk, there is no possibility for failure, but also no possibility for growth. By taking risks, by pushing beyond the boundaries of our comfort zone, we invite the potential for failure, but also for great achievement. Failure teaches us that the rewards often lie just beyond the point where we are most afraid to go. It encourages us to step into the unknown, to take chances, and to be willing to face the consequences, knowing that with each risk, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving our dreams. Failure is not a sign of defeat, nor is it something to be avoided at all costs. It is instead a gift, a powerful teacher that provides invaluable lessons for personal development. Each failure, when viewed through the lens of growth, offers insight into how we can become better, stronger, and more capable of achieving our ultimate goals. It challenges us to evolve, adapt, and continue our journey with greater clarity, humility, and determination. Chapter 7. Developing Emotional Flexibility. Emotions are a natural and essential part of being human. They color our experiences, drive our decisions, and influence our perceptions of the world around us. However, when faced with adversity or unexpected challenges, our emotional responses can sometimes lead us down a path of distress and frustration. The ability to manage these responses, to remain adaptable in the face of change, and to adjust our emotional state to fit the circumstances. This is emotional flexibility. At the core of emotional flexibility is the recognition that our feelings are not permanent states, but transient experiences. They come and go, often influenced by external events or internal thoughts. When something goes wrong, it's easy to become trapped in a moment of anger, sadness, or disappointment. These feelings, though powerful, are often not reflective of the larger picture. By learning to shift our emotional state, we allow ourselves to engage with life in a more balanced, thoughtful manner. One of the key elements of emotional flexibility is awareness. We cannot change something we do not recognize. Becoming aware of our emotions, particularly in moments of stress or turmoil, is the first step toward mastering them. It's about pausing for a moment to check in with ourselves, to notice the physical sensations, the thoughts, and the feelings that arise within us. This self-awareness doesn't mean we suppress or ignore emotions. It means we acknowledge them without allowing them to dictate our actions. It's the ability to say, I feel frustrated right now, but I choose not to let it control me. Once we recognize our emotional state, we have the opportunity to reframe the situation. This is where flexibility comes into play. Instead of responding impulsively, emotionally, or defensively, we can ask ourselves a set of questions. What can I learn from this situation? How can I shift my perspective? What is the best way to move forward? This shift in mindset doesn't deny the emotions we feel, but it does prevent us from becoming enslaved by them. We transform challenges into opportunities for growth, adjusting our emotional responses to meet the demands of the situation. Another important aspect of emotional flexibility is learning how to accept the full spectrum of emotions. Often we get stuck when we try to control or avoid unpleasant feelings, thinking that we should always be positive or in control. Yet this avoidance only creates more tension. To be emotionally flexible means to embrace the entire range of emotions, both the highs and the lows, without judgment. Happiness and sadness, confidence and fear, excitement and disappointment all have their place. When we learn to experience and express these emotions fully, we develop the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, rather than being held back by them. Practicing emotional flexibility also involves developing a higher level of self-compassion. When things don't go as planned, it's common to become self-critical. We may question our abilities, doubt our worth, or become discouraged. But self-compassion teaches us to be kinder to ourselves during difficult times. Instead of harsh judgment, we respond with understanding and patience. We allow ourselves the grace to feel upset or frustrated, and then move through those emotions without attaching to them. It's the recognition that failure or setbacks don't define us. They are just temporary moments that we can grow from. Part of emotional flexibility is learning to adapt our emotions to the people and situations around us. Emotional intelligence is not just about understanding ourselves, but about understanding others as well. When we interact with others, especially in challenging or high-stress situations, it's easy to become defensive or reactive. Yet the ability to regulate our emotional responses in these interactions can create more positive outcomes. When we remain calm, understanding, and open, we foster better communication and connection. Emotional flexibility allows us to stay grounded rather than reacting from a place of stress or anger. In challenging times, emotional flexibility is also tied to a sense of hope and optimism. When things don't go as planned, it's natural to feel a sense of despair or frustration. But emotional flexibility involves choosing not to dwell in those feelings. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, we can look forward with the understanding that the future holds new possibilities. We adjust our emotional state to align with a sense of possibility, trusting that there is always room for growth and change. Additionally, emotional flexibility is about letting go of rigid expectations. We live in a world that often values certainty, plans, and control. But life is unpredictable, and we can't always dictate the outcomes of our actions. The more rigid our expectations, the more likely we are to be disappointed or thrown off course when things don't go according to plan. Emotional flexibility allows us to release those expectations and embrace the unfolding of life as it comes. We remain open to whatever may come, responding with curiosity and adaptability rather than frustration or resistance. This adaptability also extends to the narratives we tell ourselves about the challenges we face. Often when things go wrong, we create stories around our failures or setbacks that reinforce negative emotions. We may tell ourselves that we're not good enough, that we're failures, or that we'll never succeed. Emotional flexibility means recognizing that these narratives are not fixed truths. We can change the story we tell about a particular situation. We can view setbacks as part of a learning process rather than as evidence of our inadequacy. In doing so, we create new possibilities for ourselves and free ourselves from the grip of negative emotions. Ultimately, developing emotional flexibility is about giving ourselves the ability to respond with grace, patience, and presence in the face of life's challenges. It's the realization that we are not victims of our emotions, but powerful creators of our experiences. By embracing our emotional responses and learning to adjust them, we move through life with greater ease and strength. The more we practice this flexibility, the more resilient we become in the face of adversity. Chapter 8. Finding Strength in Adversity. Adversity in all its forms has the power to break or reshape us. When faced with difficult circumstances, it's easy to succumb to feelings of helplessness, despair, or frustration. Yet there exists within each of us a wellspring of strength that is often awakened during life's most challenging moments. It is in the depths of struggle that we can uncover the strength to rise, rebuild, and eventually thrive. This strength is not an abstract quality. It is a deep, intrinsic part of who we are, waiting to be activated when needed most. Adversity has a way of peeling away the superficial layers of our lives, exposing the core of our being. When life challenges us, we are often forced to confront our fears, our limitations, and our vulnerabilities. While this can be painful, it is also where true growth begins. It is in these moments of discomfort that we discover the depth of our resilience. Each difficulty we face presents an opportunity, not just to endure, but to transform. The strength we find in adversity comes not from avoiding hardship, but from fully engaging with it, accepting it, and learning to navigate it with grace and determination. One of the first steps in finding strength in adversity is shifting our perception of challenges. Instead of viewing hardships as obstacles that hinder our progress, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth and evolution. Every setback holds within it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that, if we allow ourselves to learn from it, will strengthen us in ways we never imagined. This shift in mindset doesn't happen overnight, but it is one of the most powerful tools we can develop. It is through the reframing of our difficulties that we begin to harness the power within them. The path of least resistance often leads to stagnation, while the road less traveled, though difficult, leads to growth and deeper understanding. In the midst of adversity, the key is not to ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What is this experience teaching me?" In this question lies the seed of strength. When we stop viewing life's challenges as personal attacks and start seeing them as experiences that offer us the chance to learn and grow, we shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment. This change in perspective can fuel our perseverance, enabling us to take each step forward with purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. Inner strength also comes from our ability to lean into our emotions rather than shy away from them. It's common to want to suppress feelings of pain, frustration, or fear during tough times. However, these emotions are often the gateway to healing and growth. Emotions, while powerful, are transient. They don't last forever. By allowing ourselves to feel and process them, we free ourselves from their grip. This emotional openness enables us to tap into the deeper well of strength that lies beneath the surface. Strength is not about being invulnerable or unaffected. It is about knowing how to navigate through emotional turbulence without losing sight of our ultimate purpose. One of the greatest sources of strength during adversity is a deep sense of purpose. When we are clear about what matters most to us, when we are driven by a sense of mission or vision, the hardships we encounter seem less insurmountable. Purpose acts as a guiding light in times of darkness. It provides us with the clarity and determination to keep moving forward, even when everything else seems to be falling apart. Strength is often built when we are aligned with our purpose, because it reminds us that our struggles are not in vain. They are part of a larger, meaningful journey. Another aspect of finding strength in adversity is embracing patience. Strength is not always about taking immediate action. Sometimes it's about allowing time for healing, reflection, and recalibration. In a world that often demands quick fixes and instant results, patience allows us to trust the process, to understand that growth takes time, and that the most meaningful transformations happen gradually. It is in the stillness, the quiet moments of introspection, that we often find the clarity and strength to continue our journey. Additionally, resilience is fueled by connection. During difficult times, it's easy to isolate ourselves, to retreat into the safety of our own thoughts. However, it is through human connection that we often find the support and encouragement we need to push forward. Whether through friends, family, mentors, or communities, the act of sharing our struggles and receiving support can create a sense of solidarity that strengthens our resolve. The strength we draw from others is not a sign of weakness. It is a recognition of the power of collective resilience. Each challenge we face, each setback we encounter, is an opportunity to reinforce the muscles of perseverance, patience, and strength. Like a tree growing stronger with each storm it weathers, we too become more grounded in our resilience with each hardship we face. The key is to keep moving, one step at a time, trusting that the strength we need is already within us, waiting to be awakened. In the face of adversity, we find not just who we are, but who we are capable of becoming. Strength in adversity is not simply about enduring. It is about evolving, adapting, and rising with greater wisdom, compassion, and fortitude than before. It is through this process that we are not only able to survive life's storms, but to emerge from them stronger, more resilient, and more capable than ever. Chapter 9. The role of self-belief in overcoming challenges. Self-belief is the foundation upon which the edifice of success is built. It is the quiet but powerful force that propels us forward when doubt looms and challenges seem insurmountable. Without this belief, setbacks can feel like finality, but with it, even the greatest obstacles become nothing more than opportunities for growth. The mind is a potent tool. What it believes, it often creates. When you believe in your own abilities, the world begins to shift, presenting new paths, solutions, and opportunities that were once hidden in the shadows of fear and uncertainty. In the face of adversity, self-belief acts as a guiding light, helping you navigate through the darkness. It is not an arrogance or a blind optimism, but a grounded understanding of your own potential and the resilience you possess. When you believe in yourself, you have the courage to take risks, to venture into the unknown, and to face challenges head-on without being paralyzed by the fear of failure. You are no longer a passive observer of your life, but an active participant, ready to shape the outcome with every decision you make. When setbacks occur, it is easy to spiral into self-doubt. The mind can easily be overwhelmed by negative thoughts, questioning one's worth or capabilities. This is where self-belief becomes most important. In these moments, belief is not about denying the difficulty or pretending that everything will be fine. It is about recognizing that the setback is not a reflection of your worth or abilities. It is merely a temporary roadblock on the path to something greater. Self-belief provides the strength to persist in the face of adversity, the clarity to see beyond the immediate situation, and the determination to keep moving forward, even when the future feels uncertain. What differentiates those who overcome challenges from those who remain stuck in the cycle of failure is their ability to reframe setbacks through the lens of self-belief. Instead of viewing a failure as a reflection of personal inadequacy, they see it as a stepping stone toward improvement. Every mistake, every setback, and every obstacle is viewed as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Those with strong self-belief understand that growth is not linear. It is filled with ups and downs, progress and regression. What matters is not how many times they fall, but how many times they rise. In the face of challenges, the most important question is not, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What can I learn from this?" When you possess self-belief, your internal narrative shifts from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. You stop seeing yourself as helpless in the face of adversity and begin seeing yourself as someone who is capable of overcoming it. This shift in mindset is transformative, not just for how you perceive challenges, but for how you respond to them. Self-belief also breeds resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks without losing sight of your goals. Resilience is not about being immune to difficulty, but about having the mental and emotional tools to recover, recalibrate, and continue on your path. The strength to face challenges with confidence stems from an unwavering belief in your ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow. Resilience is built on the understanding that challenges are temporary and that you are far more capable than any momentary obstacle suggests. One of the most powerful ways self-belief transforms challenges into opportunities is through the lens of perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to keep going when others might give up, to continue working toward your goal even when the path is unclear or difficult. It is the faith in yourself and your abilities that keeps you pushing forward, step by step. Without self-belief, perseverance becomes a struggle. It becomes harder to take each next step when you doubt your ability to succeed. With self-belief, perseverance becomes natural because you trust that you will find a way through, even if it takes time and effort. When you truly believe in your abilities, you also cultivate a sense of ownership over your life. Challenges are no longer external forces working against you, but situations you have the power to navigate and overcome. Self-belief shifts the focus from blame and helplessness to responsibility and empowerment. You recognize that your response to challenges is within your control. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you have full control over how you react and how you use each experience to propel yourself forward. In addition, self-belief fosters creativity and problem-solving. When we doubt ourselves, we often become paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice or failing. This fear stifles our ability to think clearly and to see all of the possible solutions to a problem. But when you trust in your abilities, you open yourself up to thinking creatively, to exploring different possibilities, and to taking calculated risks. You stop worrying about being perfect and instead focus on progress and learning. It's this creative thinking that allows you to navigate challenges with innovative solutions and find ways to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. At its core, self-belief is about knowing that you are worthy of success and capable of achieving it, no matter the challenges you face. When you truly believe in yourself, you carry an unshakable confidence that allows you to face life's most difficult moments with calm and clarity. You begin to see challenges as stepping stones rather than barriers, and with each step, you grow stronger, more confident, and more resilient. In the end, it is your belief in your own ability to overcome that transforms every setback into the foundation for a greater future. Chapter 10. Building a Supportive Network. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and the bonds we form with others can be the lifeline that helps us weather life's storms. When facing adversity, whether personal or professional, the value of a strong and supportive network cannot be overstated. This network goes beyond mere friendships. It encompasses those relationships that provide strength, guidance, and a sense of belonging. The people you surround yourself with play an integral role in how you respond to challenges, offering not only emotional support but also practical advice, shared wisdom, and the reminder that you are not alone in your struggles. Support networks are like safety nets. They catch you when you fall and cushion the impact of life's setbacks. In times of hardship, it's easy to feel isolated, as if the weight of the world is on your shoulders. This is when the power of community truly shines. A supportive network allows you to lean on others when you need to, providing you with reassurance and perspective. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else believes in you or that they have walked a similar path is enough to ignite the strength within you to keep moving forward. These connections provide more than just comfort. They help you realize that the difficulties you face are not unique to you alone, that others have faced similar struggles and emerged stronger because of them. But support is not a one-way street. In healthy, reciprocal relationships, you not only receive support, but also give it. Offering a helping hand, a listening ear, or words of encouragement creates a bond that strengthens both parties. When you help others overcome their challenges, you build a deeper sense of empathy and resilience in yourself. This exchange of energy and compassion fosters a community that thrives on mutual respect and shared growth. As you invest in the success and well-being of others, you simultaneously enhance your own sense of purpose and fulfillment. In many ways, a supportive network acts as a mirror, reflecting the qualities you may struggle to see in yourself. During times of self-doubt, the people who surround you can help remind you of your strengths, your progress, and your potential. They hold up a mirror of belief when your own self-belief wavers, offering you a clearer view of who you are and who you can become. It is in these moments of reflection that you find the courage to rise again, knowing that there are people who not only see your potential but also actively encourage you to reach it. Moreover, the act of building and nurturing a supportive network involves intentional effort. It requires you to be open and vulnerable, to put yourself out there and seek the connections that will lift you up. This isn't about surrounding yourself with people who merely agree with you or offer superficial comfort. It's about forming relationships with individuals who challenge you, who encourage growth, and who are willing to invest in you as much as you invest in them. True support comes from people who genuinely care about your success and well-being, who are willing to hold you accountable while also offering compassion. A well-constructed network does more than just offer emotional solace. It also provides tangible resources that can help propel you forward. In times of crisis or transition, having the right people around you can offer practical guidance, advice, and even opportunities that you might not have access to on your own. Whether it's advice on a career decision, a recommendation for a new job, or an introduction to someone who can help you overcome a challenge, a supportive network opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. This collective knowledge and shared experience create a robust system of mutual support where everyone's growth is interconnected and amplified. The power of a supportive network lies not only in its ability to provide emotional and practical support during challenging times, but also in its capacity to inspire growth and transformation. Relationships built on trust and mutual respect serve as catalysts for personal development. By engaging with others who are committed to their own growth, you begin to adopt similar mindsets and behaviors. Surrounding yourself with people who embody resilience, perseverance, and optimism naturally encourages you to cultivate these same qualities within yourself. Their strength becomes your strength, and their belief in the possibilities of the future becomes the foundation on which you build your own success. In building a supportive network, it's essential to surround yourself with diverse perspectives. While having close friends and family who know you intimately is invaluable, it's also beneficial to form connections with people outside your immediate circle. Exposure to different ideas, experiences, and ways of thinking challenges you to expand your own views, fostering innovation and creative problem-solving. A network that includes individuals from different walks of life offers a broader understanding of the world and can help you see solutions you might not have considered on your own. Creating a supportive network also involves the willingness to give of yourself. It's easy to seek support when we're struggling, but it's equally important to show up for others during their times of need. As you contribute to the success and well-being of those around you, you deepen your connection to them and build a sense of collective strength. By sharing your own experiences and offering guidance when possible, you help others navigate their challenges, creating a dynamic of mutual aid that extends beyond any one individual's struggles. This sense of shared responsibility strengthens the entire network, as each member takes an active role in fostering an environment of growth, empathy, and support. Ultimately, the most powerful support systems are the ones that are built with intention, care, and mutual respect. By intentionally cultivating relationships that are grounded in trust and shared purpose, you create a network that not only helps you bounce back from setbacks, but also propels you toward greater success. In times of difficulty, these relationships remind you that you do not have to face challenges alone. They provide the emotional and practical resources necessary to navigate adversity and move forward with greater resilience and strength. It is in these connections that you discover the true power of community, one that helps you not only survive, but thrive, no matter what life throws your way. Chapter 11. Leveraging Past Experiences for Growth. Every setback, every challenge, every obstacle you've encountered in your life is more than just a moment of difficulty. It's a source of untapped power waiting to be harnessed. The experiences that you may view as failures or hardships can become the stepping stones to your greatest achievements if you learn to see them through a different lens. Your history of overcoming obstacles, whether big or small, is a well of wisdom, that can serve as the foundation for navigating future challenges. Instead of seeing these moments as something to avoid or forget, consider them as vital lessons that have shaped your ability to endure, adapt, and ultimately thrive. When reflecting on past experiences, it's crucial to acknowledge the growth that emerged from each one. Every difficulty you faced came with lessons about your own resilience, your ability to adapt, your creativity, and the depth of your inner strength. These lessons are not just about surviving tough times, but about transforming them into assets that contribute to your personal and professional evolution. They give you a unique perspective, one that allows you to approach future challenges with greater insight and confidence. The struggles you've overcome are proof of your capability and a testament to your endurance. In a way, your past is a record of your own evolution, a blueprint that you can return to whenever you find yourself at a crossroads. Each challenge you face has a lesson embedded within it, but often, the real learning comes not just from the event itself, but from your response to it. What did you do when things got difficult? How did you react when faced with adversity? By examining your past responses, you can identify patterns that either supported your progress or hindered it. Did you persist, or did you give up? Did you approach the situation with a mindset of growth, or did you become trapped in fear or doubt? Your answers to these questions hold the key to unlocking the strategies and behaviors that will empower you to tackle future obstacles with renewed strength. The ability to leverage past experiences for growth lies in understanding the power of reflection. It's not enough to simply move forward from a challenge. You must take the time to dissect what happened, what worked, and what didn't. Reflecting on past struggles gives you the chance to extract actionable insights, turning each experience into a tool for future success. For instance, if you faced a personal or professional setback, it may have highlighted areas where you need more preparation, different strategies, or additional support. The next time you encounter a similar obstacle, those insights can guide your decisions and help you act with more clarity and purpose. Moreover, your past experiences allow you to develop a deeper sense of empathy, both for yourself and others. As you reflect on the obstacles you've overcome, you come to realize that everyone faces challenges, even those who seem to have it all together. The wisdom gained from your own journey can not only help you navigate your personal challenges, but can also serve to strengthen your relationships with others. When you understand that setbacks are universal and that they shape us all, you gain a sense of solidarity that helps you connect with people on a deeper level. This empathy can transform the way you approach others, whether it's offering support during their difficult times or seeking advice when you need it most. The ability to draw strength from past experiences is closely tied to the mindset you choose to adopt. If you approach your past struggles with a sense of gratitude for the lessons they've taught you, you position yourself to transform pain into purpose. Recognizing that each challenge has contributed to the person you are today shifts your focus from what went wrong to what you gained in the process. This shift in perspective is the cornerstone of resilience. It's about choosing to see the value in adversity rather than merely the hardship it brought. There is also a profound strength in sharing your journey with others. When you openly discuss the challenges you've faced and the lessons you've learned, you not only empower yourself, but also inspire those around you. Your story becomes a source of strength for others who may be going through similar struggles, offering them a roadmap to follow, or at the very least, a reminder that they are not alone. By owning your past and the obstacles you've overcome, you give others the permission to do the same. This collective sharing fosters a sense of community and mutual growth, where each person's experience becomes a building block for collective progress. As you continue to grow and evolve, you will encounter new obstacles, some of which may feel even more challenging than those you faced before. However, armed with the knowledge and strength from your past, you can approach each new difficulty with confidence. Your past experiences have already prepared you for the struggles ahead, and you are no longer just reacting to the world around you. You are actively shaping your response. The more you embrace this process, the more you realize that you are not defined by your challenges, but by the resilience you've developed in overcoming them. What's often overlooked is the fact that the resilience you gain from past experiences doesn't just prepare you to deal with the same type of challenge again, it equips you to tackle new, unforeseen challenges with an even greater sense of self-assurance. The key lies in understanding that each experience is a step in your evolution. Every success, every failure, every setback has been part of your preparation for the next stage of your journey. The tools, strategies, and wisdom you have accumulated are not isolated incidents, but part of a continuous process of growth. And with each challenge you overcome, you build upon this foundation, creating a more resilient, capable, and confident version of yourself. The more you embrace this cycle, the more you realize that no challenge is too great, for you have already faced and overcome many that came before it. Chapter 12. Shaping Your Resilient Future. Resilience is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous process. It is something that evolves, deepens, and strengthens over time. While the challenges you face today are important in shaping your ability to bounce back, it's your proactive approach to resilience that will define your ability to thrive tomorrow. Building a resilient future requires more than simply reacting to adversity when it arises. It requires a strategic, intentional effort to lay a foundation that supports you through life's inevitable ups and downs. The first step in shaping your resilient future is to envision it. Resilience is a force that comes from within, but it is also shaped by the environments and relationships around you. By taking a forward-thinking approach, you can create a vision of your life that is resilient by design. Imagine yourself navigating challenges with confidence, knowing that every setback is temporary and that you possess the resources and mindset to overcome it. This vision allows you to align your actions and decisions with a deeper purpose, keeping your focus not on the obstacles, but on the opportunities that will arise from them. The stronger and clearer this vision, the more ingrained resilience becomes in your daily life. Building a resilient future begins with cultivating habits that promote mental, emotional, and physical well-being. These foundational habits don't just support you in difficult times, they are what enable you to endure the pressure before it even mounts. Regular self-care practices, such as mindful meditation, exercise, and sufficient rest, create a sturdy platform for resilience. These practices may seem simple, but their impact cannot be overstated. They allow you to respond to adversity not from a place of depletion or overwhelm, but from a position of strength. In times of difficulty, your body and mind will have the reserves to handle stress, maintain clarity, and make decisions that align with your goals. Equally important is the cultivation of emotional intelligence, which enables you to read and understand your emotions as well as those of others. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from setbacks, it's about responding to them with balance, perspective, and emotional agility. When you learn to identify your emotional triggers and patterns, you gain control over your reactions and responses. This self-awareness empowers you to navigate life's challenges without being overwhelmed by negative emotions or knee-jerk reactions. You will begin to view challenges as opportunities to grow emotionally, building the mental resilience needed to face future adversity with poise. In parallel to strengthening your emotional intelligence, developing a mindset that welcomes challenges is essential. Embrace the idea that difficulties are not barriers to your success, but catalysts for your growth. This mindset transforms your perspective on obstacles, turning them from threats into stepping stones. Instead of fearing failure, you begin to see it as feedback, an integral part of the learning process. Resilience thrives when you adopt a growth mindset that views setbacks as opportunities to refine your strategies, learn new lessons, and build stronger muscles of perseverance. Another pillar of a resilient future is the network of support you create around you. The people you surround yourself with play a crucial role in your resilience. Resilient individuals don't isolate themselves during difficult times. They reach out to their networks, ask for support, and lean on the wisdom and guidance of others. This network doesn't just include close friends and family, but mentors, coaches, colleagues, and even communities who share your values and vision. The power of collective resilience is transformative. When you build relationships that are grounded in mutual support and understanding, you create a foundation that amplifies your own strength. Resilience is also a function of self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to affect change and control your destiny. This sense of agency is a vital component in shaping a resilient future. By actively working to expand your skills, knowledge, and expertise, you bolster your sense of self-efficacy. When you know you have the tools to solve problems, create solutions, and navigate uncertainty, your confidence in facing future challenges grows exponentially. Each small victory, each problem you solve, and each goal you accomplish builds your self-belief, allowing you to face future difficulties with an unshakable sense of purpose. Finally, resilience is shaped by your relationship with time. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of life's challenges when viewed through the lens of urgency. The fear of failure or the pressure to perform can cloud your judgment and exhaust your mental resources. One of the most effective ways to cultivate resilience is to develop patience. Embrace the idea that time is an ally, not an enemy. This mindset shift allows you to weather the storms of life with greater clarity and calmness, knowing that resilience doesn't mean immediate results, but rather sustained effort over time. Whether in your career, relationships, or personal development, success often comes to those who persevere steadily, knowing that each effort compounds into long-term progress. As you build a future grounded in resilience, it's important to recognize that it's not about avoiding discomfort or challenges, but rather developing the capacity to navigate them with grace and determination. True resilience doesn't mean bouncing back to where you once were, but moving forward to new levels of strength, understanding, and capability. By committing to this ongoing journey, you shape a future where you are equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. Your resilience becomes a wellspring of inner strength, providing you with the courage, creativity, and endurance to continue your personal evolution, no matter the challenges that may lie ahead. In the end, resilience is not a trait you either have or don't have. It is a skill that can be honed, cultivated, and deepened throughout your life. The future you shape will be one in which you respond to life's inevitable ups and downs, not with fear, but with confidence in your ability to thrive, grow, and achieve. The strategy you build today will support you tomorrow, creating a legacy of resilience that spans a lifetime. Conclusion. As you close the pages of this journey, remember that resilience is not a destination, but a lifelong process, a skill that deepens and evolves over time. Every setback, every challenge, and every failure is an opportunity waiting to be seized. You now hold the tools to transform adversity into strength, to cultivate a mindset that welcomes obstacles as stepping stones, and to build a life that thrives regardless of what life throws your way. The road to resilience is not always easy. It requires consistent effort, a willingness to embrace discomfort, and the courage to rise again when life knocks you down. Yet, it is through this very process of confronting and overcoming adversity that your true potential is unlocked. The strength you build today will propel you into a future filled with purpose, growth, and unwavering confidence. Your resilience does not exist in isolation. It is woven through every relationship, every lesson learned, and every experience lived. It is a force that can guide you through the darkest of times, yet also inspire you to reach greater heights. By shaping your life around resilience, you not only ensure your own growth, but also create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around you. Embrace your power, your potential, and your ability to bounce back from anything that challenges you. As you continue forward, carry with you the knowledge that resilience is not about never falling, but about always rising, stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your journey is far from over, and the future you are building is one filled with endless possibilities. The strength within you has no limits. Keep moving forward, with resilience as your guide.